Have you ever woken up one morning and felt like everything was different? For a boy named Liam, that's exactly what happened. He opened his eyes, and the world wasn't just sights and sounds anymore. It was conversations. The gentle chirping of sparrows outside his window wasn't just noise, it was a heated debate about the best worm hunting spots. The neighbor's dog wasn't just barking, he was complaining loudly that his water bowl was empty again. Liam sat up in bed, his heart pounding. He could understand them. He could understand every single one. He pinched himself, thinking it had to be a dream. But when his own cat, Mittens, strolled in and said, "Finally, the big human is awake. My breakfast is precisely 7 minutes late," Liam knew this was real. His ordinary life had just become extraordinary. He had no idea how or why, but one thing was certain, his world had just gotten a whole lot bigger, and a whole lot louder. He decided to test his new ability. He walked into his backyard, and it was like stepping into a bustling city square. Two blue jays were bickering over a shiny bottle cap. A line of ants marched past, their tiny voices a chorus of left, right, lift, carry. But then, a frantic chattering cut through the noise. A little squirrel, with a twitching nose and wide, worried eyes, scampered down a tree trunk and stopped right at his feet. You're the big one. The one who listens." The squirrel squeaked. Liam knelt down. "I can hear you," he said softly, still amazed at the words forming in his own mind. "What's wrong?" The squirrel's voice was filled with panic. "The pool. The forest pool is shrinking. The water is disappearing, and we're all so thirsty. You have to help." Before Liam could even process this, a flock of robins swooped down, landing on the fence. "And our nests." One of them chirped desperately. "The branches are becoming brittle and dry. Our homes are falling apart. Our babies are in danger." Liam's head was spinning. A shrinking pool. Falling nests. He felt a deep sense of responsibility settle over him. These weren't just animals, they were neighbors in trouble. He promised he would investigate and ventured deeper into the woods behind his house, a place he'd explored 1,000 times. But today, it felt different. It was alive with voices of concern. He walked towards the forest pool, a place usually teeming with life. As he got closer, he saw the squirrel was right. The once vibrant pool was now just a large, muddy puddle. Frogs sat on the damp earth, their croaks low and sad. "The water is gone, the water is gone," they lamented. Liam felt a pang of sadness. Then, a magnificent deer with large, gentle eyes stepped out from behind a grove of birch trees. It approached him cautiously. "You are the boy who hears," the deer said, its voice a low, resonant hum. "Something is wrong deep in the earth. I feel it in my hooves." A rumbling. A blockage. The heart of the stream has stopped beating. A rumbling. A blockage. The deer's words gave Liam a crucial clue. It wasn't just a drought, something was physically stopping the water. He thanked the deer and followed the dry, cracked bed of the stream upwards, towards its source in the low hills. The further he went, the more he understood the scale of the problem. The forest floor was parched. Wildflowers drooped, their colors faded. The joyful hum of the woods had been replaced by a worried silence. After nearly an hour of hiking, he found it. The source of all the trouble. A huge pile of rocks and fallen logs, dislodged from a recent storm, had created a makeshift dam, completely blocking the flow of the underground spring that fed the stream. Water was pooling uselessly behind the blockage, unable to continue its journey to the forest below. It was too big for one person to move. The rocks were heavy, and the logs were wedged together tightly. Liam knew he couldn't do this alone. The next day at school, Liam couldn't focus. All he could think about were the thirsty animals and the dying forest. During lunch, he gathered his closest friend Maya, who was strong and captain of the soccer team, Sam, who was clever and loved solving puzzles, and Chloe, who was passionate about nature and ran the school's environmental club. He took a deep breath. Guys, I know this is going to sound crazy, he began, but I need your help. The forest is in trouble, and I know how to fix it. He explained everything, skipping the part about talking animals, of course. He just told them he'd found a blocked stream that was causing the woods to dry out. To his relief, they didn't laugh. They saw the seriousness in his eyes. Chloe was instantly on board. A blocked stream. That explains why the birdwatching club has seen so few birds lately. Sam's eyes lit up. It's like a giant engineering problem. And Maya just flexed her arm. Let's do it. When do we start? That weekend, they set off, armed with shovels, strong rope, and a wagon to carry smaller rocks. Liam led them to the blockage. When his friends saw the pile of debris, they gasped. It was even bigger than Liam had described. For a moment, they felt defeated. But Sam started analyzing the pile. Okay, if we move this log first, it should loosen these rocks here. Maya, you and I can take the big ones. Liam, Chloe, you guys clear the smaller stones and mud. They worked all afternoon. It was hard, sweaty work. They pulled, they pushed, they dug. Slowly, painstakingly, they began to make progress. They worked as a team, shouting encouragement to one another. Liam felt a surge of hope. He wasn't alone in this. As they removed the last big log, a trickle of water escaped, then another. Suddenly, with a gush, the stream broke free. Water surged forward, rushing down the dry creek bed. Bringing life back with it, they cheered, high-fiving each other. Covered in mud but beaming with pride, as the water flowed back into the forest. Something magical happened. Liam could hear at first a rising chorus of joyful sounds. The frogs began to croak in a happy rhythm. The squirrels chattered excitedly from the branches. And then, the birds. A symphony of chirps and whistles filled the air. A small robin flew down and landed on a branch near Liam, singing a beautiful, complex melody. Liam understood. It was a song of thanks, a song just for him and his friends. Over the next few days, the forest transformed, the pool filled up, sparkling in the sunlight, the trees regained their vibrant green, the flowers bloomed, the animals returned. Their voices filled with relief and happiness. Liam looked at his friends, who were marveling at the rejuvenated forest. They might not have heard the animals' thank yous, but they could see it. They could feel it. Liam realized his secret gift wasn't just about hearing words, it was about understanding the connection we all share. Every creature, big and small, plays a part in this world. And sometimes, all it takes is one person or a few friends to listen and take action. He smiled, knowing that even without his special ability, his friends had heard the forest's call for help, too. We just have to be willing to listen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.